Just going through the pictures with you here. This is just a cover photo so I can send the report out. Showing I got up on the roof. The shingles are kind of towards the end of their life expectancy. They're original shingles, so 23 to 24 years old. This is around the flashings for the PVC vents. The flashing is split. That usually happens between year 12 and 15, so no surprise there. So those should be replaced. There's the other one. Just noting one exposed nail. That was the first thing I saw when I got on the roof, and that's towards the top of the valley here at the back of the roof. And then there's another photo of the roof, another one. And there is one shingle that's missing, again, about in the same area where that nail was exposed. That's just kind of a telltale sign the shingles are getting towards the time when they need to be replaced. The seal breaks, wind comes along, snaps them off. You might be able to get another year or two of life out of these if you wanted to replace like the broken shingles there and maybe a few more as they occur, but it's kind of towards the end of their life. Just noting cement at the approach to the garage, that's due to settlement. They didn't compact the soil properly underneath there, so it settles over time and cracks. The driveway does slope down slightly towards the garage, so during periods of really heavy rain you might get some water ponding in front of the garage. There is a lip there though that should prevent water from coming into the garage. Just noting some damaged screens. That's the window back there in the bedroom that was added on. And there's one piece of siding that's unclipped above the sliding glass door for the basement. You should have that soil removed there that's up on the siding. That can allow water to get in behind the siding and potentially cause a little bit of damage to the sheathing. Maybe just put some stones or something there to retain the soil. Not a big deal though. Just another damaged screen on the northwest window. The exhaust fan in the main floor bathroom, it takes a while to get going. It starts out really slow. After a short period of time, it does get up to speed though. And then this is, I was just talking to Sean about this, the area there at the top of the stairs and the short hallway there. There's some irregularities in the underlayment of the under the laminate flooring, so it moves up and down more than it normally would. And so I don't know if you can see that right there. There's one area where it's come unclipped. That feels like the tongue on the underside of the flooring broke off due to that kind of excessive movement. And so I just wanted to bring that to your attention. It's the possibility exists that more of that could happen over time to the flooring because of the excessive movement. That's just the missing strike plate for the barrel bolt that goes into that bedroom that was added. Looks like it was an old deck that was made into a bedroom. There's one open space in the electrical panel, so that should have a blank breaker or filler plate for safety. And then in the panel itself, this is the 30 amp breaker. That's the circuit for the dryer that was added. They have number 12 wire connected to that. A 30 amp circuit requires number 10 wire. And I'm quite certain that the dryer, I tried to get a data plate on the dryer, I couldn't find it. I'm quite certain that requires at least a 30 amp circuit. So you can't have a breaker that's bigger than the wire. The wire may overheat and want the breaker to trip, but it won't because it's sized too big. So more than likely that should be number 10 wire running to the dryer. That's the cord for the dryer, or the wire for the dryer. And then if you are going to continue to have a generator hookup, obviously this is just something that's homemade. It should be installed by a licensed electrician. Other than that, I always go through, tighten everything up, make sure everything's good and tight where the wire connects to the breaker. Loose connection leads to arcing, arcing leads to fire. So everything else in there looked fine. No signs of corrosion, no signs of arcing, everything's wired properly. So yeah, it's just again the wire for the dryer that was added after the fact. And this is a soft copper line that's going to your space heater in your garage. That's actually contacting the dryer, which you don't want that. The dryer over time, the vibration over time from the dryer can actually wear a hole in that soft copper line, which could lead to obviously propane filling up the laundry room or garage. So that should be secured to the back wall or away from the dryer. and just one more damaged grain for the living room window on the main floor. That's the smoke detector. I labeled it already. I think it was in the master bedroom that didn't go off when tested. This is the furnace. So that was manufactured in the 49th week of 2017. So it was installed in 2018. So 3 years old. Typical life on a furnace is 15 to 20 years. I do start that up, let it run for a while. This device measures carbon monoxide. So it was 0 parts per million. So everything seems to be functioning just fine with the furnace. The air conditioning condenser was manufactured in 2012. So again, that has a 15 to 20 year life expectancy like the furnace, but I do see condensers run more like 25, 27 years because our cooling season is so short here in Michigan. The water heater is original, so that's 23 to 24 years old. Well past the typical life expectancy of 15 years, but it is still operating okay for now. And just a couple pictures of the little gazebo out front there. You have some, it just wasn't maintained very well. You have some deteriorating fascia, and some of the spindles and stuff are loose and missing. So that was everything that I found. Everything looked good in the attic, well insulated, well ventilated, no mold, no signs of any animal droppings. Filled up all the sinks and released them. It puts the drains under pressure. That's when you'll find a leak. So I didn't find any leaks in any drains or supplies. Everything's ground fault protected to where it's supposed to be. All the receptacles tripped when tested. Opened and closed all the doors and windows. Everything was fine. Checked all the receptacles. They were all wired properly. Open and close the garage door. Auto reverse sensor. Checked that. That was fine. So yeah, other than the things I noted, pretty good.
Excellent. Thank you.